Hello, this is Jeff Mucci with RCR Wireless News, and we're here today with Dan Bujold, who is Executive VP for the Carrier Services Division of CSS Corp. Dan, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, great to be with you, Jeff.
Well, Dan, I've been familiar with Glow Technologies for a number of years, and in 2010, CSS Corp purchased Glow. Maybe a great place to start would be give us a bit of an overview of Glow and CSS Corp.
Glow Networks was founded as a professional services company in the telecom market. So we provide mainly engineering, deployment, field services around the deployment of telecom equipment for most of the OEM equipment vendors here in North America. We do some stuff offshore, a very small part in India, and we do some local work for carriers in India as well from there, as well as service some clients around the world.
Mm-hmm. How many employees do you have today?
The Carrier Service Division, Glow, we're about 550, mostly here in the U.S. CSS Corp is about 5,000 employees around delivery centers throughout the world, including Costa Rica, China, India, Poland.
And what impact has CSS's acquisition of Glow had on your division?
It was really CSS Corp is fundamentally provides technical support. So they provide a lot of level 1, level 2, level 3 type support for some of these equipment vendors that provide gear towards telecom and carriers, as well as technical support to the consumer. For example, networking routers, set-top boxes and stuff. So they're involved in that. So the combination has allowed us to introduce our services to some of their customers, as well as the other way around. Mm-hmm. It's also given us a vehicle to invest in developing some of our talent, investing in a lab where we can focus on other areas.
Well, you talked about project management, design and planning, and optimization. What other types of services do you offer? And to the extent you can, would you mind sharing with us some case studies of projects you've worked on with Tier 1 carriers?
Most of our work is for the OEM vendors, so we've worked on a lot of the Tier 1 carriers, but through the OEM vendors. So we've been involved in the deployment of CDMA, EVDO, recently LTE, and currently we're involved in testing voice over LTE, which is very exciting. From project management, we've helped some Tier 1 carrier migrate a lot of their traffic from one platform to another, so making sure the tear down all the traffic got migrated properly. So we do a lot of cut support when one vendor's changing out one vendor's product to another, so we've supported a lot of that. Literally been involved in the deployment and support of testing of thousands of base stations throughout North America over these past 10 years on multi-technologies.
Mm-hmm. Well, Dan, I looked at your background, and you were formerly with Nortel, and from what I could read, lived through the 3G deployments at the 2000 era,
yes.
CDMA deployments. What makes LTE different from the 3G deployments?
Much more IP-centric. In some respects, a lot easier to test. Things seems to be turned up and cut over much quicker than in the old days in terms of what it took to deploy it. So, in terms of that, time to market seems to be quicker than in those eras of 2000 when we were first turning up CDMA. Mm-hmm. A lot more IP required skills for our employees.
Mm-hmm. And what makes Glow and CSS unique in today's marketplace?
I think it's the way we've approached our partners, our customers. We really heavily invest in the training of our employees. We have employees that have been with us throughout all these years, so they enjoy going from one technology to another. It's not only technology within wireless, but we have people that have worked on optical, wireless, wireline, IP, and those strengths that they bring to each project is important, and it makes them more valuable in those projects. We've invested in training, we've invested in labs with equipment to help develop those skill sets on those equipment. So that's what we bring to our partners is responsiveness, our ability to be flexible in how they want to deploy resources and how we manage the projects for them.
Yeah. Well, we look forward to seeing you at CTI this year. In closing, Dan, is there anything else you want to share with us about your division or CSS as a whole?
Mainly that, you know, we are primarily focused on the telecom. Our division is mainly focused on telecom carriers, and CSS as a whole is only focused on technology support. And whether that be cloud enablement, whether that be network monitoring networks, that's where we bring our strength together, multi-vendor technical support.
Great. Well, Dan, thanks for your time today. We're going to end the broadcast, and then I'll sync up with you after this call.
Pleasure. Thank you so much.